Hey guys, thank you for watching the SlatRock channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified every time we post a new video. And if you've already done so, just make sure that it's still active. Here's your news for July 25th, 2019. We're kicking off with some news from AEW for a change, as the company has revealed that their TV show will debut on TNT on October 2nd. This major news was broken by Brandy Rhodes, who uploaded an epic video trailer for the upcoming show on Twitter mere minutes before AEW's official account could. Despite many fans believing the show was going to be using the trademarked Wednesday Night Dynamite name, it seems the new show will instead simply be called All Elite Wrestling, as we're still not sure what the Dynamite trademark will be used for. The trailer is bold to say the least, but when you're competing against the sports entertainment juggernaut that is the WWE, bold is definitely the way to go. Hopefully this fantastic trailer will run a lot on TNT, and will hopefully gain the new promotion an even bigger following than what they have now before the show is launched on October 2nd this year. Moving to SmackDown Live now, and it was good news for the Blue brand as the show saw a slight increase in fans tuning in. This week's show saw 2.16 million homes tuning in according to Showbuzz Daily, an increase of about 40,000 from last week's 2.12 million. Despite this success, there was little carryover from Monday's Raw reunion, as SmackDown only retained 69% of the Raw audience, the second lowest percentage since the show moved to Tuesdays back in 2016. Though SmackDown Live may have been a mixed bag, one thing that certainly got fans talking is Bray Wyatt, as the Eater of Worlds' split personalities continue to manifest. On Raw last week, Wyatt returned to attack Finn Balor, but appeared on this week's SmackDown in his Firefly Funhouse attire to accept a match with the former Universal Champion at SummerSlam. This wasn't the only split in Wyatt this week, as after he attacked WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley with the mandible claw in the ring on Raw, The Fiend apologized to the hardcore legend on Twitter, though he also thanked Foley, which is open to interpretation. Back to Raw now, as there's been some news about the poor unfortunate soul who went up against Braun Strowman on this week's show. At Raw Reunion, the Monster Among Men squashed some local enhancement talent, which has been revealed as Randy Rowe, the reigning WXW champion who has competed all over the indies. Though the self-professed Prince of Rome may be doing well outside of WWE, that didn't stop him from getting Strowman's hands in a beatdown that'll probably leave him sore until the next Raw Reunion. Though Strowman dominated at Raw Reunion, one superstar who wasn't there was Universal Champion Brock Lesnar, who clearly didn't care about paying tribute to the legends despite being advertised locally for the event. According to local advertising at the Verizon Arena in Little Rock, Arkansas, though, Lesnar is being advertised for next week's edition of Monday Night Raw, as the Beast continues on the road to SummerSlam, where he will put his newly captured Universal title on the line against Seth Rollins. Speaking of the architect, the former Universal Champion has been a busy man recently, speaking to as many places as possible as one of WWE's best PR guys. While speaking to TV Insider this week, Rollins was asked about how he's dealt with critics of WWE, though he didn't back down from the tough question. Instead, the Beast Slayer said how he's always been proud to work for the sports entertainment juggernaut, and understands where a lot of the criticism comes from, saying, "I think it just got to where it became cool to criticize WWE because we're so big and popular. It just sucks that this is the society we live in now, where it's much easier to point out all the things you think is bad as opposed to pointing out all the awesome stuff that is going on in the world." A bona fide locker room leader, Rollins is clearly taking the role seriously, and also spoke about receiving support from his recent comments defending WWE online, saying, "The fact that I had people from different departments shoot me texts to let me know that they had my back because they felt I had their back. That was cool and validating. I really felt good I was representing many people who felt the way I felt." With AEW on the rise, it's clear WWE are entering a territory of uncertainty they haven't been in for nearly 20 years, so it's good to see Rollins leading the charge as the flag bearer for the company. From one former WWE champion to another now, as Kurt Angle was recently interviewed by Collider Live and had plenty to say about his career. One key thing that was discussed was the Olympian's retirement match loss to Baron Corbin, a match that many fans thought would have been against John Cena given the two's history together in the company. Explaining the decision, Angle said he wanted to retire at Mania and did pitch Cena, but it was Vince McMahon who chose Corbin, as he and Angle had been feuding for the past year. When I asked to retire at last WrestleMania, I threw Cena out at Vince, and Vince said, "Listen, you have a program that you've been doing for a year. I'm not throwing it away, it's with Baron Corbin. So whether you want to retire here or whenever, you're going to wrestle Baron at WrestleMania." I said, "You know what? That's fair." Though a final match against Cena would have been cool to see, having Angle lose to Corbin was probably for the best, as the Lone Wolf has continued to become one of WWE's most despised heels, and to this day still brags about retiring the Olympic gold medalist at the show of shows. Though Angle isn't looking at returning to the ring anytime soon, one Hall of Famer who is Trish Stratus, who according to reports will compete against Charlotte Flair at the upcoming SummerSlam pay-per-view. Ryan Satin of Pro Wrestling Sheet was the first to report that WWE and Stratus were in talks for a match, and on Wednesday, John Pollock of PostWrestling.com confirmed that the match is indeed happening. On screen, the match was first hinted at during this week's edition of SmackDown Live, as Flair said that she was disgusted that she wasn't booked for the biggest party of the summer, and promised to find herself an opponent that would eclipse the upcoming SmackDown Women's title match between champion Bayley and challenger Ember Moon. Despite never competing against each other, the two have a history, as in March this year, Flair won her 8th Women's Championship, breaking Stratus's record of 7. The SummerSlam match between the two will also be the first match that the Canadian will have had since last year's all-female pay-per-view Evolution, and will also be Stratus's first match in her hometown of Toronto since retiring at Unforgiven 2006. Two of the most talented women to ever enter a WWE ring, it'll be great to see Flair and Stratus collide on August 11th at the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto for the biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam. We're carrying on with Hall of Famer news now, as Hulk Hogan spoke with ESPN this week after Monday's Raw reunion and had plenty to say about various topics. One thing Hulkster wanted to make clear was how much he is a fan of today's superstars, and name-dropped various members of today's roster who he's particularly pleased with. You've got the Scottish psychopath Drew McIntyre that's running around like a crazy man. Of course you've got AJ Styles, then you've got Ricochet who's making an impression on everyone. I'm still betting on Kevin Owens, he's my boy. The former WWE champion also gave praise to John Cena, whom Hogan described as his favorite wrestler, but did say that he was disappointed that the 16-time world champion wasn't in the title hunt at the moment due to Cena's budding movie career. Hogan, who was only recently re-inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame after being expelled for racist comments, also praised Charlotte Flair, saying the Queen is setting a bar so high with her in-ring ability that he, Andre the Giant, and Charlotte's own father Rick would have had a hard time keeping up with her. She's blowing the roof off this place because she's got it all. It's just amazing. You've got a handful to pick from. I sure wish I was Vince McMahon with all this talent. And finally today we're ending with some news about John Cena, who appeared this week on Monday Night Raw's reunion to kick off the show. According to reports, John Cena has been dating Shay Shariatzadeh, and this week invited the Avigilon product manager backstage at Raw, according to US Magazine. Giving her a glimpse into the wacky world of professional wrestling, the same report said that Cena and Shay were very friendly and a cute couple, according to one source who was present at Raw. Fans will remember that Cena was recently engaged to fellow WWE superstar Nikki Bella, as the 16-time world champion popped the question at WrestleMania 33 following the couple's victory over The Miz and Maurice. Before getting engaged, though, Cena was strongly against the idea of getting married and having children, which may have been a factor in the pair calling off their engagement in April 2018. Despite this, we at SlatRock would like to wish Cena the very best in his new relationship, as it seems that the former world champion and WrestleMania main eventer is off the table for the time being. Well guys, that's our news for today. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget to check out our previous video, 10 huge, shocking WWE 2019 rumors you need to know about. Also check out our other high-rated videos by clicking at the upper right-hand corner or down in the description field. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss a single new video. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and as always, thank you for watching.